Well, we heard that there were explosions, 3 explosions at the central mosque where the emir himself actually prays. But today he's not in the country. We learned that he's in Saudi Arabia. This is a mosque that I have prayed myself there. It's normally packed with thousands of worshippers.
Particularly on a Friday.
Particularly on a Friday. And the bombs exploded actually as people were getting ready to pray. So at that time there were so many people. And after the explosions, there were gunmen actually who started shooting again sporadically at people just inside. So at the moment we are hearing there are a lot of casualties. There is a general hospital just close by to the hospital. Someone who has been there told us that he has never seen anything as horrible as what he has witnessed. Another person said as close to 200 people have died. These are not official figures, but this is what we're hearing at the moment.
Yes, a very large number of casualties. Does it go without saying that Boko Haram will be the main suspects in this?
I think Boko Haram are the main suspect because they have attacked Kano before, and they have attacked so many places. They have attacked, Muslims, in a number of places. And the attack actually bore all the hallmarks of Boko Haram. So I think without saying, I think we could confidently say this is an attack that, was done by Boko Haram. And if you remember, recently the emir of Kano came out and condemned the actions of Boko Haram.
Yes, and he was very outspoken about what people in the city needed to do. I mean, he basically said people in the city needed to defend themselves, didn't he?
Indeed, he said people should not just, pray. They should come out and defend themselves against Boko Haram. He said Boko Haram actually take women, children, and enslave them. They take girls and enslave them. He condemned all what they're doing, the atrocities, the killings that are taking place. He asked people all over, not just in Kano, to take arms and virtually protect themselves, because according to him, they should not wait for the army to come, because in cases where sometimes even the army, they run away after attacks by Boko Haram. So he's calling on people to protect themselves against Boko Haram.
Yeah, he's been a long-time critic of the government. He was central bank governor, wasn't he? And he hasn't always seen eye to eye with the president. But he has, as you say, had strong things to say about the way the Nigerian security forces have responded to this Boko Haram threat. I mean, oftentimes they don't talk about it, do they?
Well, in a number of times they don't talk about them. Even after this attack, I'm not surprised if the Nigerian army, refused to come out and address people on it. Right. The president, there are so many attacks that have taken place in Nigeria. The president of Nigeria has never came out after an attack to address the people of Nigeria. Yeah, there are some times where they release press releases condemning what has happened, but people are complaining that as the president of Nigeria, in this kind of circumstances, he needs to come out and address the people and tell the people what the government is doing, because this is what I think is lacking. And many people are saying a number of things because they feel that I think the country, Boko Haram, with all the ragtag army, is actually defeating or getting, victory over Nigerian army. And the Nigerian army is one of the strongest, or supposed to be one of the strongest in West Africa. It has previously, participated in peacekeeping operations in a number of African countries and successfully actually brought an end to some of the violences that we have seen. Sierra Leone, Liberia are examples. But in Nigeria, this is a ragtag army of Boko Haram. Presumably they started with a few thousands, but now they have grown bigger and bolder. And I think the Nigerian army are unsuccessful in trying to contain their threats.